classical music of the 20th and the 21st century. It is fabulous. That's jazz. Jazz. Jazz began a long time ago, and it's still alive and kicking. Very rhythmic, speak like this, jazz. Jazz began a long time ago.
Thank you for coming back to the next session. My name is Ghislain Rutenberg, and I am part of the organizing team. I have the great honor to announce now the next session on the added value of hydropower and energy storage in the clean energy transition and the energy crisis. So this session will a bit elaborate on the whys of why hydropower is important and also its contributions from different perspectives. We have a very interesting panel for you, including 3 speakers and a panelist and moderator. But first, we will go ahead with a presentation from Ghislain Weisrock, from France Hydroélectricité. He will tell us about the importance of flexibility contribution of hydropower, and is our first speaker. So we will have a 10-minute presentation with a 5-minute Q&A, followed by Zera Lazaridou, partner of Hydro-Exigiantiki Consulting Engineers in Greece. She will talk about the hydropower and energy storage in Greece with a focus on the added value for local communities. And we have a third presentation from Peter Lustenberger, a senior expert asset management and hydroenergy and biomass at Axpo Switzerland, who will give us an interesting presentation about the negotiation with 15 NGOs, with 15 new storage projects in Switzerland that was negotiated with the civil society, with NGOs in Switzerland. So I'm very happy to welcome our speakers. And last but not least, we also have, followed by these presentations, we have a panel discussion moderated by Patrick Clarence from EASE, the Association for Storage of Energy. So welcome, Patrick, as well. Welcome to all our speakers, and I give the floor to Ghislain Weisrock. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Okay. I will talk about hydro contribution to flexibility, its key role and market model. When decarbonizing the power system, variable waste will become the main source, more than 80%. This implies a massive need of flexibility. But flexibility has to be understood globally for balancing the power system from storage to frequency control, from season pace time to second, and locally for voltage control on distribution grid when it will become an energy collector, and for grid congestion management. Flexibility is not only storage. We face a new paradigm. By difference with conventional power system, flexibility sources will be independent from energy sources, except hydro. It's new. Hydro will play a key role, and keep it. Pumped storage and reservoir, with their very fast dynamics, hundreds of megawatts within 5 minutes. But remember, pondage power plants have 2 hours storage capacities. And with some runoff river power plants like Rhone River, Danube River, modulation capacities represent millions of batteries. Small hydro is on the top 3 of European hydro sources, with France and Sweden in capacity, installed capacity. And small hydro modulation could enhance distribution grid ability to connect variable renewable, as well as small pumped hydro. And all hydro provides voltage control, even with reactive power capacitor mode, is a key source in case of black start, without talking about inertia. That's flexibility. What if no hydro on a European grid? A risk of blackout, and it will be worse when conventional will be decommissioned. Compass Lexicon study in 2020 was on behalf of France Hydroélectricité, with the concours of large hydro like EDF Hydro, CNR, and CHEM, and ADEME, which is the French Ecology Transition Agency. It's a technology-neutral study where hydro revealed to be the historical source of flexibility and will remain the main source. The targets of the study: hey, what are the future flex needs on the long-term horizon by 2050? For the French interconnected system, as well as for grid challenges on transmission and distribution level. B, which business model? And B is the main target. Which signal to improve existing flex capacities and to invest in flexibility development. Results: a huge need of flexibility in the French power system by 2050. A model based on 2 scenarios concerning nuclear share. While renewables share is from 66 to up to 82%. Of course, some assessments about cross-border connection ability to be effective, or demand response to be accepted. And that is the same feature as in Europe. Flexibility is needed to balance variable renewables on 3 points: residual demand, forecast errors, and dynamic hazards. On a daily basis, flexibility needs increase 8 times, from 5 gigawatt currently up to 40 gigawatt. On a weekly basis, it increases 7 times, from 100 gigawatt hour to 700 gigawatt hour. This implies a massive development of flex capacities. Hydro reservoirs are overpowered up to 10%, plus 10%. That means plus 900 megawatt in France. Pumped storage is developed between 5 gigawatt and 10 gigawatt, in addition of the existing 5 gigawatt installed capacity in France. And of course, with open cycle biogas turbines, batteries, hydrogen, etc. But no technology is profitable where you have to invest around 4 billion euros per year in flexibility. There is 2 billion euros per year missing. Small results all over Europe. Compass Lexicon study reveals weaknesses of current flex remuneration. First, the space-time of market blocks are key to value the speed needed in hedging residual demand and forecast errors. That's the case of very fast hydro ramping and our startup. Second, concerning the hazard management, the insurance value provided by available and dispatchable capacities is not currently remunerated. That's the case of hydro when stopped and not on the market. Precious toll for grid operators and traders all over the world, precious insurance to have hundreds of megawatts in some minutes on hands. Two ways, and this characteristic is two ways for pumped storage. Third point, some ancillary services are not remunerated, as DSO voltage control, grid congestion management during neutralization window, black start, and so on. Overall, capacity mechanism is not sufficient. It's not sufficient to have enough capacity to guarantee critical hours along the year. It's key to have power just in time when required on space-time from week to second. A flexibility mechanism is key to deliver an investment signal, and don't forget, key to value existing flex in order to maintain it. Pumped storage case among flexible hydro. The current NSCB set a target of developing 1.5 gigawatt of pumped storage before 2030. But no pumped storage is profitable as everywhere in Europe under current market design and ancillary services remuneration. Which kind of support is to be designed? A pumped storage has two roles. Storage, of course, but flex services and out-of-market values for TSO and the balance perimeter responsible. In the 2000s, a German study concluded on 3/3 for each remuneration, since the market design and ancillary services evolved. When designing a pumped storage, the choices about flex services provided are on storage capacity, but on ability to module in pump mode, which is important on off-peak hours when dispatchable sources are stopped, but also on speed of mode change between turbine pump stop, and some TSO or aggregators claim 1 minute in place of 5 to 15 minutes currently. It is on the ability of compensator mode and distribution grid or transmission grid. All these choices impact investment cost up to 40%. A fair competition among projects is claimed. Public authorities, with the help of TSO and DSO, have to plan services required. Long-term contracts, as said by the project of the Commission about market design reform. Of course, pumped storage operates on the market. But what about investment signal? Storage is a marginal facility with high capex. Pay as clear principle, as marginal economic principle, doesn't work to have a return on investment. A long-term tool has to be technology neutral, but in the same time, it has to optimize each technology performance in order to have the best public cost and the best grid services as a result. Thus, three solutions. CFD on energy transferred in order to hedge market risk. Market risk is very significant. Market risk comes from uncertainty in long-term forecasting of spread market. It's a crystal ball. Uncertainty of decarbonizing decarbonization effective results. If you have more or less wind power or PV, it's not the same on the spread on the market. Where prices, due to erratic generation of renewables, when high prices are in off-peak hours. Solution B, capacity, aid. The future power system is CapEx-based. CapEx for renewables, CapEx for storage, CapEx for flexibility. No longer driven by fuel oil cost, which is the basement of the energy-only market. A capacity aid is efficient to value all required and effective flexibility services. And solution C, free, a mix of both. Remember that future market design has to be suitable to all flexibility sources, not only for pumped storage. And all hydro first, from storage to small hydro, new one as well as existing one. Lac Noir, Lac Blanc, it's the oldest European pumped storage in France, 100 megawatt decommission, and a project waiting for support. I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Ghislain. So maybe just to share with you that Ghislain is this year working in the sector for 50 years. So he comes with a lot of experience with us, honestly. And he's representing the French Small Hydro Association and still active on the European activities and advising them on this field. So thanks for your contribution. Very interesting to see how you see the revenue streams and what needs to be done in order to have the hydro contribution to the system in future. Thank you. We'll come back after this to a panel discussion where we'll also have Sarah joining us.